Everybody knows somebody who is about to start for like 3 years. The business is coming, the book is coming, the move, the launch, the new chapter, it's all coming. They've got the vision board, the playlist, maybe even the Instagram bio that says CEO of a company that doesn't exist yet. But here's the uncomfortable part. Sometimes that somebody is us. And here's the part that might actually sting. Science suggests that all that talking isn't just harmless dreaming. It may be the very reason the dream never happens. So researchers have found that announcing your goals can make you less likely to achieve them. And this is because your brain rewards the announcement like it was the accomplishment. You talked about it and people maybe even applauded. Something in you checked the box and the work never got done. So I'm Jaresha Moore, and this is Empower on Purpose. And today's conversation really has one job, and that's to close the gap between your mouth and your movement. All right, so let's jump into it. Let's get into it. And I really want to just start off by saying I want to, I'm going to just warn you now that today is not a cute episode. This is a get your life in order, get your life episode, because I've been watching something happen in culture and leadership, in circles, online. I mean, you name it, everywhere. And yes, sometimes in my own life, that we have been fluent in intention and illiterate in execution. So we can talk about the dream beautifully. We got the language, the vocabulary, the vision. We're manifesting. We're claiming it, right? And we're speaking it into existence. We are in our, I guess I like to call it is we're in our soft launch era. But when you look at the actual calendar, when you look at the actual bank account, the actual draft, the actual reps, there's a lot of announcements and not a lot of evidence. And let me tell you, I'm not judging. I'm not judging at all. I'm not judging anyone. This might be a little bit of a confession too, because I'm in this with you. We're in this together because I know what it is. I know what it is to describe a dream so well that describing it starts to feel like progress, right? It starts to feel like progress. So today we're telling the truth. We're telling the truth. And we're going to start with, let's start with science, because this part genuinely really shocked me. So there's a researcher at NYU. His name is Peter Gollwitzer, who has studied goals and intention for decades. And so in 2009, his team published research with the finding that should really change how all of us move. So when people announced identity goals, the kind of goal about who they really wanted to become, and that announcement was acknowledged by other people, they became less likely to follow through. Less, you hear me? So the researchers found that being seen and applauded for the intention created what they called a premature sense of completeness. And so let me just kind of put this, let me break this down a little bit. So the applause gave you the feeling of the finish line at the starting line. Your brain got paid for the work it never did. So think about what that means in the social media era. Every announcement post, every big thing coming, every time we tell the group chat about the plan and collect those "yes, girl, do it" replies, we may be spending the exact fuel the dream needed on the description of the dream. Talking gives you a taste of the identity. And for a lot of us, the taste was enough. And that's the trap. Not laziness, satisfaction. So we're not failing to finish because we're lazy. We're failing to finish because we already got fed. Boom. Right? So, okay. I'm kind of notorious for stepping on toes. So I'm going to step on a little bit of toes today. And I'm going to step on my toes too, right? So we've built an entire culture around performing preparation, the vision board party with no follow-up party, The planner collection, honey, some of us have planners for our planners, right? We got planners. And listen, I know, trust me, I have a planner for my planner. So I get it. The courses that we buy and never finish, and the research on online courses suggest completion rates are shockingly low, often in the single digits or teens. So we are consuming transformation as entertainment. We're watching productivity videos. Watching productivity videos is not productivity. Reading about discipline is not discipline. Highlighting the book is not doing the book. And here's the one thing that might, I'm just saying, that might get me in a little bit of trouble. Some of us are even using spiritual activity as substitutes for obedient action. So another conference, another devotion, another season of clarity. Meanwhile, the instruction hasn't changed in 2 years. The word already addresses this plainly. James said, faith without works is dead, not faith without feelings, not faith without announcements without works. Even our accountability has become applause. We join the group, we share the goal, everybody celebrates the goal. And the group becomes one more place we get rewarded for intending. I hope y'all still there. I hope y'all still with me. Because here's the thing. Motivation is not required. We have been waiting to feel like it. And I really need you to hear me. Feeling like it is not coming. Boom, drop the mic. Feeling like it is not coming. And I'm serious. We treat motivation like it's the ignition, like nothing can start without it. But watch the actual pattern of your life. Every time you've done something hard, the feeling showed up after you started, not before. You didn't feel like working out. You started 10 minutes in, you felt like it. You didn't feel like writing. You wrote one bad paragraph, then the second one came easier. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. So the person waiting to feel ready has the equation backwards and will be waiting forever. See, there's a saying often attributed to Thomas Edison that says this: vision without execution is hallucination. Vision without execution is hallucination. That's a strong word, hallucination. But isn't that what it becomes? A vivid experience of something that isn't real and doesn't become real because we're too busy experiencing it to build it. So if announcing it doesn't work and motivation isn't coming, what actually moves the needle? So here is the good news. The same researcher who found the announcement problem also found the solution. So Goldwitzer's work on what he calls implementation intentions. Yeah, it's a fancy term, but it's a simple practice. So instead of saying what you intend, you decide when, where, and how. And the data on this is stunning. So in one widely cited British study on exercise, people who were simply motivated and educated about the benefit, around a third of them actually followed through. But the group that wrote down exactly when and where they would work out on Tuesday at 7 a.m., I will run at the park, over 90% followed through. From roughly a third to over 90%. Not more motivation, more accountability partners, or a cute planner. A decision in advance about time and place. Because I'm going to start my business is a wish. Thursday at 8 p.m., I'm registering the LLC at my kitchen table is an instruction. Your brain can't execute a vibe. It can execute an instruction. And here's the part I want you to really think about. Notice that the thing that works is quiet. It's not an announcement. It's an appointment. Maybe that's the real meaning of moving in silence, not paranoia, not hiding from haters, protecting the fuel, letting the results make the announcement. So here's the assignment for the week. Here's the assignment. I call it the 48 hour rule. Again, it's 2 parts. The first part, for the next 7 days, you're on an announcement fast. Don't tell anybody about any goal. Not the group chat, not the story, not the soft launch. I know. Just take a breath. Just breathe for a moment. If the urge to announce shows up, I want you to recognize it for what it is. Your brain trying to collect the reward before the work, and decline the transaction. So part two, this is what I want you to do. Any dream you catch yourself wanting to talk about, you owe it one physical action within 48 hours. Not a plan, a playlist, not research, an action that exists in the real world. The email sent, the account open, the first ugly page written, the application submitted. And when you do it, here's the rule. You don't post that either. You just let it be true. Because there is a kind of power that only grows in silence. Evidence in private becomes undeniable in public. So let me just say this. I'm not telling you to stop dreaming. I'm not telling you to never share your vision. I feel like there is a right time and a right room for that. I'm telling you to stop spending your dream at the announcement counter. Stop trading the work for the applause, because at some point, the people who love you have heard the plan, 3 versions of the plan, and what would bless them and you and everybody your dream is supposed to reach is not another update. It's a result. And visit empoweronpurpose.com to stay connected with me. And remember, power isn't potential, it's activated. So somewhere there's a version of your life that only exists in conversations. She's been described at brunches, promised in captions, prayed about, planned about, talked about. She is fully built everywhere except reality. She doesn't need another word from you. She needs 48 hours. The clock starts now.